My name is Elizabeth Spehar, and I am a self-taught visual artist and storyteller. I make art and I tell stories about myself, my relationship with disability, health, disease, and my body. How do art and disability and disease, how do those things all work together? In 2020, I started painting and drawing again, something I hadn't done for years but missed very much. And at that same time, I came to the realization that I'm a disabled person. I returned to grad school to finish a master's degree and made the decision to focus my attention on disability and health and to get curious about that. And I employed my art making practice to that end. Making images or making art, for me, is my attempt to access the knowledge of my body. It's also a way for me to consider, to engage with, to be with my body and its history of illness and injury and health and strength. It allows me to be with those stories and that history in a way that isn't judgmental or critical or making an assessment or an evaluation. And I think that's a really important opportunity to give yourself to have, because I think we typically consider our bodies and give them attention when they need care, when they're hurt or not doing what we would like them to do in a medical setting. They are pathologized. So to have the chance to, for example, for me to look at my wrist and just draw what I see without judgment, without criticism, just an observation with as much neutrality as I can muster. And it allows me to care and bring compassion to my wrist, for example, that I've broken I don't even know how many times. Something I know about my own experiences and something I believe about all people's experiences in their bodies with their health is that our bodies, they defy and they exceed language. I knew that I had to reach beyond words in order to effectively convey the things I was learning and the things I really wanted to share with other people. The art that I am choosing to share, most of it is of myself. You might call them self-portraits, but you'll see I'm there. You'll see bones, a lot of bones, skeletons, or my skeleton. That is my attempt to make visible that which is invisible. Drawing my bones in my self-portraits like I do, I get to say what they look like. I've seen my bones dozens, possibly hundreds of times in x-rays, but those x-rays, those are a medical assessment of my bones. And I get to kind of rewrite the story of what they look like and what they feel like. I get to rewrite all of that by picking up a pen and drawing them in. I get to set the terms, and I'm the author of that story. I do believe that sharing our stories is an incredibly powerful way to connect with other people and to share ideas about complicated, contradictory subjects, and to start conversations that might be hard to start otherwise. What am I trying to do with my art? I think of the two audiences that I have in mind. First, myself. I draw and I paint to explore, to discover, to go within and gain insights from my bodily experiences. My other audience is everyone else. And as I'm creating, I sort of adopt the viewpoint of both. And I think that creates a narrative, both for myself and other people, a common narrative that then we can use to have a conversation. We can relate to each other. We can talk about it. To me, that's the power of sharing art that you create primarily for yourself with other people in mind. That it does give you that common image, that common idea to relate to talk about, and to connect on. My ultimate goal for my viewer is to have my viewer recognize something about themselves in my work, to relate to my work, to be able to see themselves in it, and then maybe even to start asking questions about their own disability status, their own relationship to disability, and what health and living in a body means to them. Up until this point, my work has been almost exclusively about myself. And given my strong belief in the power of self-depiction, it makes sense. But moving forward, I would love to do this kind of work alongside other people who are curious and want to share about their own experiences with health, disease, illness, and disability. I think there's a hurdle for a lot of people to get over with, oh, I'm not good at drawing or painting. But you have a story to tell that requires more than words.